Today, I'm making a homemade blueberry pie. We're going to start by making the filling and set it aside, and then we'll make the crust. So let's get started on Darlene's table.
All right, we're going to start with 1 cup of sugar, just plain old granulated sugar, 5 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, and this is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to mix these dry ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to add this to 7 cups of blueberries. Now this is going to make a 9-inch pie. Looks like it'll make more, but it does cook down. Remember that. Now, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice and 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, and I'm going to add a little vanilla. And a little almond extract. Now, go back with the berries. All right, we're going to mix this well, and after it's all mixed, you'll see like that, that's what you want it to look like. Then you can put it in the refrigerator while you prepare your pie crust.
All right, so I floured my pastry sheet, and I'm going to roll out the bottom crust to at least 11, maybe 12 inches. But it is a 9-inch deep dish pie. I do want lots of overhang. Just keep your rolling pin floured a little bit. It'll help a lot. So I'm going to roll the crust up over the rolling pin. It makes it easier to place into the pie pan. I have slightly greased my pie pan. Makes it easier to cut the pie and get it out. So we'll gently roll this out. Now I am not going to fill it until I have my top crust ready. But I'm putting 1 tablespoon of flour and 1 tablespoon of sugar mixed together at the bottom. I do that for fruit pies. It's something my mother taught me to do. It helps to keep the crust from getting soggy, and it really works. All right, I'm setting that aside, and I'm going to prepare to roll out the bottom crust and make the lattice. So I do have a recipe and video on a no-fail pie crust if you choose to look at it. You'll find it in the videos on my website. So we're going to roll this out as well to about 11 to 12 inches. I use a ruler and make 1-inch strips. I want them even. You can use a knife, you can use a pizza cutter, anything. So let's set that aside, and now we're going to put the filling in. We have the lattice crust ready to go. I'm telling you, this is such a good blueberry pie. All right, we'll start by putting the lattice one way, and we'll pull back 2 of the strips. These are wide. These are 1 inch wide. And then we're going to lay down 1 at a time. Pull back the other 2. Lay down another one. You'll continue doing this, alternating with the strips. All right, I forgot to put the butter on the pie filling, so I'm going to push it down in between the lattice. It'll be just fine. crimp the sides by pushing from each direction. See what I'm doing? A finger pushing from the inside and I'm pushing from the outside. I prefer this nice edge on a fruit pie because it helps to keep the filling from bubbling over. And I think it looks pretty. And it's the way my mother always did it. So I like putting melted butter instead of an egg wash. Egg wash looks real nice, but the butter adds some flavor to the pie crust strips. Now I'm going to, after that's buttered well, I'm going to put raw sugar or turbinado sugar. I like a little crunch on my pie. And I think it makes it look pretty. Don't be stingy with that sugar. Okay, now into the oven at 425 for about 25 minutes. It's been 25 minutes. I'm removing the pie to put the pie shield on, and I'm going to reduce the oven temperature to 375. The pie shield didn't quite go around this. It has a large outside, so I had to add just a little bit of foil. So now it'll go in for another 45 to 50 minutes. All right, it started browning too much, so I removed the pie shell and just laid some foil over the entire thing. But doesn't this look good? Oh, and let me tell you, it is so good. Look how flaky the pie crust is. Blueberry pie is an absolute delight that hits all the right notes. There's something incredibly comforting about the aroma that fills the kitchen when it's baking. What I love most about this pie is the contrast of textures, the softness of the fruit against the crispy crust. Pair it with a scoop of vanilla ice cream and you have a match made in dessert heaven. Blueberry pie is a classic that never fails to satisfy and is an absolute must-try for any dessert lover. Of course, you can find this recipe on my new and improved website, DarlenesTable.com. So come back to see me soon, right here on Darlene's Table.